late evening, early morning, everybody out there. It is me. It is your Warrior Junior. Um, sometimes I don't know what to put in the thumbnail. I always know what to put. Some of my recent observations, I called it. So I made a face. I like to try to have fun with everything. Sometimes try not to take life so seriously. It's interesting. My ex girlfriend, or used to be, she's she doesn't call me anymore or anything. And so she had a dog that died. One of those, I don't know what the fuck they're called. It's like, I don't know what it's called. I forgot. They're like little, they're not poodles, but the name comes to me. It's like the dog in the Planters Peanut commercial, similar to that one. And, she talked about, well, she wants to retire early. She's going to retire. So that's what they do. They occupy. Remember, I talked about this. To allow something in, you have to take something out. So she'll have plenty of free time. So it's like, oh, okay, well, be preemptive. Go get a dog. And that's, good for her. It's just not me. I don't do that. What I do is when I let something out, I wait for something good to come in. I don't just fill the space quickly. I don't fill the void. Um, that's just how I think, because I talked about my ultimate goals of getting out of West Hollywood, getting my condo in Vegas. So, you know, to allow for that to happen, you can't like have all this other shit, that's not going to help you get you to where you need to go. And so I'm like kind of different in some ways. I really didn't know what to kind of talk about. I'm kind of sore. I usually go walking around trying to look at women, at night on the weekends and stuff. And I'm really been doing a lot of bodybuilding leg work. So, I'm just, fucking tired, like, and I guess with all the eating and everything, um, hate that word trying to. I'm not trying to. You know, getting bigger. That's what happens. The eating and the training, it wears out your body. It's hard. Yeah, you get the gains. You get the results, but you know, I think I read a thing that Dorian Yates said. I lived as a monk for 12 years. He goes. I was watching 83 Olympia winner Samir Bannout and was it Hansen. Mr. America. I think he was from the 70s. And still both in good shape, respectively, for their ages. They were doing a training thing. I saw it on YouTube. They were teaching a young, up at, like bodybuilder, but he's like more of a physique. He wasn't really a bodybuilder in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Athletic Club, and it was just like this really brightly lit big place, televisions everywhere. And this young guy was talking. Like, and I even wrote in the comments. I said, dude, when number one, you're like in the company of greatness. Those guys, I would shut the fuck up and pay very, very close attention to everything they say. Watch what they do, and unless they ask you something, do not say a fucking word, dude. It's like, I mean, I know that sounds very militaristic and stuff, but bodybuilding very seriously. And what I mean by seriously is it's not like Marine type yelling in your face kind of seriously. It's focus seriously. It's hard work seriously. And the problem is, so I heard like Samir was, so the kid's doing like barbell, like bent over rows. I get with the, and Samir's telling him, come on, push, push, and this guy like no intensity whatsoever, zero. And I'm sitting there going, he was talking about Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman. He said, what he thought. These dudes trained in the dungeons, man. Look up where these fuckers train, where Dorian Yates trained. Watch that fucking gut grinding shit where he's like fucking screaming, his trainer is like fucking, it's fucking, that ain't fucking for show, dude. That's fucking real shit. Watch Ronnie Coleman train in that dust-filled Metroflex, the no frills, fucking with that circuit, that fan, this little fan that ain't no Las Vegas Athletic Club, pansy fucking cream puff faggot shit. I mean, I'm sorry, like I hate saying that, but that's what this shit is. Most of these gyms, they're pussy places. They're cream puff places. They like I remember I went in an Equinox one time on Sunset, and the first thing that the person showing me around she goes, I forget if it was a he or she, both the same probably, estrogen pansies, most of these guys. They go, it doesn't smell like a gym in here, and I just think going, dude, you just don't know who you're talking to here. Like, see, I might not look like anything, like incredible, but and that's why people sometimes record me when they see me work because, dude, what I do is gut fucking grinding if necessary. I mean, it is not fucking easy. Now, I guess the worse shape you're in, the easier it is to mold. Like it's hard to build intensity if you have no experience. But think about like a lump of clay, right? If the person really knows, a really good artist, you can mold it real, like, it's not that hard. Now, the more attention to detail, the further along it is, then the more like it takes, the more precision. Now, I talked about like cultivating like a diamond, like the immense pressure that it takes to forge a diamond. I already talked about the butterfly analogy, that the butterfly has to fucking build strength in its wings, in its cocoon, to be able to burrow its way out so it could fly its whole life, so it could survive. If somebody opens up the cocoon for them and lets the butterfly, it won't fly, it'll die. That it needs to build that incredible strength so it could survive. Now, my point, like, so, I was watching this Las Vegas Athletic Club and I was saying to myself, I go, God, if I move to Vegas and I go into one of these places, I make a peep, the whole gym's going to hear me, like, and I don't want that, like, I would like to have my own, either one of two things. I like to be in a real dungeon, hardcore facility where a peep, like, no, you're not going to get thrown out, like, or you're not going to get the whole gym recording you, like, thank God I'm not of this generation. Now, I'm not as old as Samir Banut or was it Dave Hansen, John Hansen? I forget, but I saw who he is. Um, Not from them, but I'm from like the '90s kind of time, and of course I was alive in the '80s. But can you imagine these guys? I mean, they fucking. I mean, I saw the original Gold's Gym in Venice. It's like somebody lives. It's like a house now. They moved, to a bigger um, facility, but that was like a real. It was built in this garage kind of thing. That shit was no frills, dude. That was a place to fucking work. Like, dude, my gym. I got sweat dripping on the floor. I'm working my ass off, man. Ain't nobody fucking doing that shit except me. And that's the problem. I'm just in a wrong environment. I live in a pansy um, cream puff area. Um, Now, I'm going to say it respectfully. Respectfully, um, a lot of these people, they know how to make money. They're not pansies in that cream puffs, in that kind of respect. Look, if you own a fucking, $1 million condo, you got one of those pillars, as far as I'm concerned. You know, um, Remember, I talk about the three pillars. Go back and watch the last episode if you want to know what that is. But a lot of these dudes, they listen. There's a guy that I've seen. um, they got a fucking Lambo outside. Like it's like, okay. This is one of the pillars. It's a good fucking pillar you got. I know that. Look, there's people that can afford a fleet of them. Not that many on the planet, but I think I watched this special where I talked about the billionaires and the three levels of billionaires on YouTube. You can find it, research if you want to see the difference between having, 10 million, 100 million, a billion plus. Like it's just unfucking believable. I mean, think about that. When you're a billionaire, you want to get a hold of anybody on the planet, and I mean anybody. It's not that difficult. Um, because like the more powerful people, of course, there's people that they're caretakers or whatever, like the agents or managers or whatever like that. They're accessible if the price is right. I mean, think about that. I think I heard a story about the Sultan of Brunei. I think for his 50th birthday, something like he wanted Michael Jackson perform for him. So I don't know how much money he gave him. It must have been quite considerable to fly him out to, to Brunei and perform for him. And everybody that attended got like a solid gold picture frame and a Rolls Royce. It's just like ridiculous stuff. I think his sons of the prince wanted to learn how to play. They're big fans of football, so they had Joe Montana. He flew them out, and I forget who else it was. Flew out to Brunei to teach the kid how to throw a football. This is the power of something, and I'm not talking about $5,000 to learn how to throw a football. I'm talking about what's for me would be life changing money. It's just amazing, and that's what it is. That's what it is. That's the power that a billionaire or somebody worth 100 million. Can you imagine? I mean, I heard of like a guy who saw a chick like in a diner, and he tipped her $300. Uh, I can guarantee you that dude that tipped her, that woman, that waitress is gonna want to know who the fuck that guy is. Okay, and that's just what it is. It's not a normal person. It's an exceptional human being. Now, this is how life is. The money has so much power. What it can do for other people, like the number one thing for women is a security. It doesn't matter anything else, and they don't want to be fucking homeless out there on the street. They think they see the wealth and everything. They want to like enjoy that, and who doesn't? Who doesn't want to have nice things? Who doesn't want to have the affluent lifestyle? Who wants to be a fucking, somebody grinding away, fucking doing schlep rock work that they don't like, just to, um, eke out a meager existence. You know, I saw, I guess on Indeed, the job thing. Um, as I mentioned, I hold a master's degree in phys ed, and I got like somebody reached out to me saying, "Hey, we're doing a good job for you at this private school, um, phys ed teacher." And I was like, "Wow!" And then once I saw the salary, this is a private Jewish school. I'm Jewish. I speak fluent Yiddish, right? So I figured, oh, great, maybe something that might pique my interest. So I figured, wow, maybe it could be what 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. What do you think? Before I tell you, take a guess. Maybe 50,000. Take a guess. I like to do this. I'm not going to pause the video if you want to think about like 45,000, somewhere around. What do you think? Go a little bit lower. Keep going. Again, I hold a master's degree. Okay, you think maybe 40,000 a year, something like that. All right, let's let the cat out of the bag. 30 to 35,000 a year. The second I saw that, now this is Beverly Hills adjacent. Okay, you motherfucking cheap. Now I'm Jewish, so I can say this. You motherfucking cheap fucking Jews. You fucking. Now I'm Jewish, so I'm allowed to belittle my own race. You motherfucking cheap fucking god motherfuckers, man. You got some fucking nerve. Private fucking Jewish school, and fucking saying you're hiring in this full time position, full time, 30 to 35,000 a year. You fucking goddamn cheap motherfuckers. Wow. I'm sorry. It just and I just punish you. They just fucking just let it fucking punish you for that. In Vegas too, I looked up teaching jobs. It's such a respectable profession. I got They punish you. It's $15 an hour. I've seen for part-time work. 15 fucking dollars an hour. I hold a fucking master's degree. Actually, I hold it above it. I'm an educational specialist. I'm sorry, my master's degree is on the lower end of the totem pole. I could pull out my fucking degree, but it's framed. It's this big. Okay, I'm not exaggerating. Look up like the Liberty University, the fucking doctorate degrees. They're like they're giant degrees. I have one. No, not a doctorate. I have an educational specialist degree, and I worked fucking hard to get it. And they insult you. They insult you by these type of offers, and they can go fuck themselves. The prices of real estate don't go. It doesn't cost $3,000 for a house anymore. See how ridiculous that sounds? But that's like kind of like what I equate this nonsense to. What they are, $15 an hour, $35,000 a year in Beverly Hills, adjacent West Hollywood. You fuckers, you guys are just fucking, you're dickheads. You're fucking. I mean, I'm sorry, it's gonna let you have it. That's what you are. You are fucking greedy Jew bastards. Um, now that's that private school, not everybody. Listen, my friends of mine, the Jewish, the greatest people in the world. But that example is just fucking horseshit. That's fucking horseshit, dude. If you can afford to have a private school, you better and charge probably a fortune, for the kids to go. You can afford to pay your teachers really fucking well, not 35,000 a year. That is fucking bullshit. Okay. I went to a Jewish school for a fucking year when I was in seventh grade. My dad paid for it. It was very expensive. Pay teachers fucking nothing. You fucking assholes. You know? I mean, that should be minimum 55,000 a year. Minimum. $1,000 a week, 52,000. It should be minimum with benefits and everything. Minimum. This is 2021. This ain't fucking 1973. Shit. Ruin fucking everything. The value of the money is so. I watched a thing about the gold standard. I spent a lot of time educating myself. Was it Hugh Hefner bought the whole back in 1971? He bought the whole Holmby Hills with a Playboy, not the whole city, not the whole area, but where acres and acres of land. Where the Playboy mansion is, 1.3 million. Now it's like with hundreds of millions, but it's like it's just fucked up, man. It shouldn't be allowed. It should not be allowed. Like, the government should have stepped in when the real estate prices, they should have capped it. They should have like enforced some type of. I know it's not socialism, not, but something maybe along those lines because it's not fair. You can't get ahead. It's fucked up. You're punishing the working people. What the American dream: own your own home, own your own condo, own your own property. And, and it's like what happens that chasm. I'm not, I learned about. It just becomes so good. The divide. It's like you can't. How many people I talk to. I can't afford my own home. Then why are you here? Why are you here? Well, because I want to be around it. Why am I here? I'm here because I'm a victim of circumstance, is what I am. My unique situation does not apply to most people. Okay, I just happen to be, like kind of stuck where, like I'm waiting and trying to figure out a way to capitalize on being in an area where there's so many, the people are wealthy. But look, man, they live behind those high bushes, behind those closed doors, to where it's like, the people that cater to those people, they're luckiest. To them it's like, yes, master, I will go get your groceries for you, I will do. And those people, I don't know what the fuck they do with their lives. I know I'm generalizing, but there's a lot of wealth out there that, you know I saw this a couple blocks from me. This, I think it's some woman I saw her one time. It looked like a Cameron Diaz kind of looking woman. She was kind of pretty, you know. She was with like a little bulldog, and she's got like this a villa spread out that I we can't barely see it, you know, but it's huge. It's worth I guarantee it's like worth $5-6 million. It's huge. It's huge. And I saw her one time, and she was going in, you know, like, and I just happened to be walking down the sidewalk. I kind of said hi, and I gave her space, and she didn't even say hello or nothing. Like these people are so paranoid that you're gonna do something to them, like you're gonna take from them. You want to know, you know, and that's just a society we live in. It's like look at like the Beverly Park estates, like on Mulholland. You know, some of the most wealthiest people, you know, and entertainers and stuff. They live. There's like a you can't just walk right in. There's like a guard check in. You know, you have to be checked through to go through, and it's like you know this like mega wealthy people live in there, and you know you're just not going to be able to get access to those people unless they seek you out for something. Um, it's just a weird, you know, when you think about it. It's like, look, I don't know why Stallone's mind, you know, keeps coming into my mind, but you know, there's this a combination of opportunity and luck and perseverance. Okay, you know, but it's like if you don't have all the things working absolutely perfectly and lightning in a bottle. I just watched a special on, you know, like learned about like you know, Rockefeller, Carnegie, you know, these guys, you know, that were ruthless business people, but they were in the right endeavors when the shit needed. Look, what if there was no need for fucking oil at that time? What would Henry Ford would have been? What would Carnegie would have steel? You know, like it was the Industrial Revolution. They needed, you know, he was able to like buy out all the little territories. They were talking about this shit. I heard everything they said. It's a timing. Jeff Bezos would be nothing if the internet commerce did not take off at that exact specific time. I'm telling you, like, so it's not just these guys were like savvy. You know, there was like a way, a pressing need that these guys filled a void during a specific time. It's not, yeah, they like, I don't know, it's not ingenious. It's just kind of like it's like lightning in a bottle, timing. They chose the right endeavor to be in. You know, yeah, they worked hard. You know, I listened to Elon Musk talk about hard work, sleeping on the fucking floor in his office. You know, I've heard it all. I know, but it's timing too. There's like you know, and that's why there's only like a handful of these people, a handful of them, on the whole planet. And I will not prescribe to being just a schlep rock that making $15 an hour. That ain't gonna get. You know how many hours I'd have to work at $15 an hour to accrue $100,000? You know, it's borderline ridiculous. Well, you get a 30-year mortgage, 30 fucking years. I mean, that's like absolutely yeah. You know, even if you're approved for that, then there's HOA fees and there's other things on top of that. I ain't doing that, man. You know, that's almost yeah. You'd be working for 30 fucking years. You'd be an old man, and at the end, after you paid off the bank, like probably 178,000. I don't know when it comes to my mind. I'm just doing like a conventional loan. You know, probably could be a lot more. And you're like, oh, I finally own my own condo. I'm like 80 years old. I mean, that's like just stupid. I mean, it's like I'd rather just jump off the freeway overpass and say, you know, I couldn't make it. I tried. You know, I know it sounds like, you know, you're being ridiculous now, but it's like it's like death. You know, you work for 30 fucking years just to afford a little something, and it is a little something. Like you know, let me tell you, 100,000 in 2021 is a little something. It's not a lot, but the nerve of those fucking assholes that you know 30,000 a year, 35,000 to be a teacher. You guys are fucking dicks, man. You guys are fucking real dicks. To fucking, I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing. I don't know when this started, where they started punishing the working man. I think they've always have. Like, it goes back to slavery times, Egyptian times. Like punishing the working man. It's just amazing. You know, I'll get into it now. I see like all these Mexican people. They're contractors. They're building these condos for these people. Like, and they're happy just to work, happy to. And I don't know, if they ever thought about this. I said, hey man, maybe they're making a couple hundred a day. But I said, don't you realize what you're doing? You're putting your energy and your hard work for a couple $100 for some crumbs to make the owner of that building. You're building him. That's all you're doing, is making him wealthy. Why don't you guys put together your fucking, your knowledge and just build properties for yourself? Fuck making this other guy, well, we don't know how to do. Of course, your skills, pull together your resources and make a company and just go get a bank loan or something and do it yourself. Don't build for somebody else. Don't make other people fucking rich, man. And that's the reason that I didn't apply for that job. Because basically, you're insulting me. 30 to 35,000 a year at a private school. Whoever owns a private school, you're a slave for them. You're a slave for them. Now, if it was, what I would listen, I'm going to be honest with you, or I could fucking lie like everybody else out there. How much should it be? How much are you getting paid? This is 2021. Adjusted in Los Angeles, okay, should be 100,000 a year, no question. Should be $2,000 a week, 104,000 a year, without argument. Without argument, it should be It should be $2,000 a week, clear, $104,000 a year. And even at that, based on the fucking value cost of condominiums and homes in Los Angeles, even at that, you still wouldn't be able to afford your own place. But in my mind, I said, okay, well, if it was like 2,000 a week, 104,000 a year, I would do it for a couple of years, because then I could go buy my property in Vegas cash outright. Buy it for cash, $100,000. I could work for like a couple of years. I do it. It's a sacrifice. I would do it. You're ridiculous, man. Whatever. You call it ridiculous. I call it the reason that we have a dysfunctional financial society. And it has nothing to do with COVID. This was already well before COVID. They punish the working person here. They keep you on life support. Literally, it's like wage of pandemic EBT is what it is. And if you contribute to it, you are part of the problem. How will I survive? See, I play devil's advocate. How will I survive then? Then you don't. There's a thing I remember, and was it Star Trek 3, where I'll see if the analogy. Let me say the point. Forget the analogy, because I don't want you overthinking this. How will I survive? And what you do is you bring them all down with you. If you're going down, they all come down with you. How does that happen? How does it happen? You ever see people boycott a supermarket? The people working there? Well, they hire scabs then. Okay, well, look, then they do that. But the whole point is that you bring down the whole infrastructure. You don't contribute to it. And that's what you're all doing. You're contributing to this peon wages. I guarantee somebody will take that job for 30 to 35,000 because they're part of the problem. They're not part of the solution. People should get paid what they're worth. the fucking master's degree to me in that of itself, and they just don't value it. And I told you, the government should step in as far as real estate prices go, and definitely as far as rents go. Oh, let's get started with that. There should be caps for that. Abso-fucking-lutely. The rents, how much a landlord can make off of whatever. They shouldn't be able to get fucking ridiculous money, just for renting. I don't give a fuck what area, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, or whatever like that. That's where it should start. It should start right there. Should not be allowed to charge fucking $1,600, $2,000, $3,000 for a studio, 1 bedroom. It shouldn't be allowed. It should be illegal. And that's the problem. That people, like, I have a friend, he lives in the valley. I actually have 2 friends. $3,000 a month they pay. They're out of their fucking minds. They want to be here in the valley in Los Angeles. $3,000 a month. Who's getting ahead? Now, the whatever, it's $3,000 a month, it's $36,000 a year. How are they, getting rich off that? But you're not getting ahead by that. In 3 years, instead of paying $3,000 a month, $100,000 condo in Vegas, clear outright. But you see, they don't want to do it. They want to be here because they're part of the problem. Part of the problem, and it's not just a couple friends of mine. If you add it all up, you start to see why this is a fucked people. Not for that woman that owns that villa, that's $5 million or whatever like that, or the guy that's got the Lambo or something like that. Those people, for whatever reason, figured it out. They're heiresses. She married rich, divorced. Whatever. I highly, highly doubt she's self-made. She could be, but it doesn't matter. It's just a and I don't mind adding value to anybody out there. That's not my problem. I mean, I watched a thing. Listen, I know I combine a lot of different subject matter, but it all ties into everything. The wrestler Ryback, he was kind of like, to me, the next big thing. I remember him on Tough Enough. Like this character, it was kind of like a Goldberg mixed with, people kind of like him. They made him the IC champion, Intercontinental, WWE, it was a big deal. And then he said McMahon approached him with an offer. All right, we're gonna, 3-year deal, $1.5 million. So, 500,000 a year. It's not fucking bad. But he's a smart dude. I've watched his live streams and stuff. The guy's very business savvy. And McMahon, you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. And let me tell you, dude, those guys ain't fucking. I've met some of these fools. I met some of these fucking dudes. They work like fucking mules, dude. Fucking big, and they get thrown around, and they get hurt, injured. This shit ain't easy. And he said no. And it wasn't because of the money. Like there was well, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do it. So that's why he said no. Like when I look at these jobs and I see these things, I just say no. You only get so much lifetime, no matter what. I don't give a fuck if you're John D. Rockefeller. richest man in the world, whatever. You're gonna fucking die. And when you're sacrificing your time for crumbs, I got a friend that does that. I don't want to, embarrass him, but I asked him. I know I said this on the last episode. I asked him. I said, "What are you doing that for?" I need the money. What do you need that? So it's like working for crumbs, really. Make like $100 or $150 a day, $240 a day sometimes. It's crumbs, dude. It's crumbs. You know, how many people have said that the value of money is what we attach to it, what we tie to it? I told you, if you go back and listen earlier in this episode about the value of Hugh Hefner's estate, $100 today is not what it was years ago. I can't believe the price of fucking an ounce of gold is only like $1,760. That does not make any fucking sense to me. It's being like held down artificially, is what it is. There's some type of huge market manipulation going on. It's and I guarantee you, like, the government has some type of hand in it. It's like they had a fucking hand in 9/11. And I'm not going into conspiracy theory about it. If you want to watch that documentary, Loose Change, there's some stuff in there that's really good. There's some stuff that they even, I go against them because, a lot of their stuff has been disproven. But let me tell you something. Chess pieces can be sacrificed, okay, to win the game. Person pushing it doesn't give a fuck if they have to give up their rook, their knight, or even their queen. And I can assure you, I can 100% guarantee you, I forget who it was that said this, and then it doesn't matter, but what he said is important. There were 3 planes that hit those, 2 hit the building and 1 hit the Pentagon. When the first plane that hit, it could be regarded as an accident. Two events like that. You have I forget what it, it's an agenda, and 3, it's a program. So no, you are a fucking fool if you believe that those hijackers did not have assistance in carrying that out. Okay? Do your fucking research, man. Do your fucking research. That shit was designed and allowed to happen. Just like military, I know I hate saying this because I'm proud to be an American. Just like military people can be sacrificed. Okay? It's the same goddamn thing. Same goddamn thing. That event, that was fucking staged, man. It was fucking staged. And the people that are responsible for it were never fucking held accountable. They got away with all of it. All of them. All of them. Everything. Where's everything? Where's all the fucking evidence? Where's the fucking all the shit from, Building 7, whatever? Where's all the fucking, was it a fucking planned detonation? Where's the fucking proof of everything? Where's everything? The FBI took it. Yeah, they took everything, man. Yeah, right. They're fucking, because they know. Because they didn't want the truth to be told. Yeah. The truth is that, this country ain't what it used to be. It was sold out, from under you. It's just like the gold standard, was it Nixon went on in 71 and says, he just came on the television one day and said, we're taking America off the gold standard. I'm ready. Huh? And the people were like, okay, so what? Because the dollar was strong, like it's like, okay, it didn't need to be backed up by anything because people trusted it. Once the trust is there, then all of a sudden you can do something. And that's exactly what they fucking did. They did it in 70. Actually, did it a long time before that. They knew what they were going to do. Every fucking currency inflates and fails. Every one since the beginning of time. And the US dollar will be no different. It will be no fucking different. That's why the smart people, they're buying assets. They're buying shit. They don't give a fuck. I heard like Grant Cardone talk about that. He was saying, well, gold, gold. It's like, no, real estate. Real estate. People need a place to live. Real estate, land. They're not making any more of it, but not just garbage land. Land. Quality land, buildings. And that's what these fucking people doing. They're acquiring fucking, good land and good locations. They don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter what it appreciates, depreciates. They just will say, hey, no matter what happens, the land, security, like a place to live, whatever. They ain't fucking socking away money. They know those guys are fucking smart. People sock away money, leave money in the bank. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to multiply it. The rich people do know how to multiply it. And multiply it big. Like those are little fighters for them, that fucking working. Sure, rich people got like bricks and bricks of gold put away, but that's like, just that ain't their main source of income. They make their money off the fucking off the peons, off the masses, off the poor. And the poor, like my friend, are just happy to get some crumbs. That's what it is. I'm not happy. I rather be one of those that I rather, like, if I'm going over the cliff, I'm gonna pull you down with me. Yeah. Against Star Trek 3, when Commander Kruge, he tried to, like, and Kirk goes, "Give me your hand." Remember, he's like off on the edge, he's about to fall over, and Kirk put his hand down to help him up, and Christopher Lloyd grabbed him by his fucking ankle, pulled him down with him. And Kirk took his boot and kicked him in the face. I've had enough of you. Kicked him in the face and he fell into the thing. But I'm just saying, now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. But my point is that you are a pyramid builder for the most part. You are really, most average people, they're not running their own business. Then you're working for somebody else, and they're not your partner. You might think you're a partner. You're not. My friend Pete, uh, he's a great guy and everything like that, but he was set up to be a fool. He had no percentage, of Earth Cafe, none. And that I know I'm going to say this, and a Jew bastard. I'm Jewish. I got that Shalom fucking asshole would not give my friend Pete a small. They basically were like, work together as partners. What's a partner? Should be 50%. My friend Pete should be a multi-millionaire right now. Instead, he's got nothing. He's that greedy fucking Jew, man. The greedy fucking Jew. Sorry. I've never been like that. That's a sickness, man. You grow up with somebody and you hang them out to dry. The fuckers, man. Fucking dickwads. Some of these people, I just hope they, in Yiddish we say verbrent in hell. You're burning in hell, dude. That fucker. Now, his grandparents, I'd hang out, they were great fucking people. And his brother, Jeff, were best friends, grew up together. But that fucking asshole What a greedy fucking Jew, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm sorry. I am fucking sorry. I don't apologize, man. Damn. It takes a lot to fucking, you know, what a fucking dickhead, man. I know another guy who's got all these property, all this kind of shit. Fucking greedy ass motherfuckers, man. It's a sickness. It's a sickness. It was like 6 penthouse condos, and 5 of them are vacant. I asked him, I said, let me sell one. I thought I could get my girlfriend at the time, one who could move in. Oh, no, no, no. No. You know why? Because you're a fucking greedy motherfucker. You ain't gonna take it with you, dude. You ain't gonna fucking take it with you. Yeah. Well, I don't talk to any of these people. I don't, let them be alone. And then my ex used to tell me that's why I have money. And I go, no, 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 no. You don't have money from saving 50 cents here and $3 there and being a fucking miser. You have money because you snowballed in real estate. You bought a condo for 150,000, you sold it for 275. You got a loan, you bought a house for 675, you sold it for 1.2. That's where you made your fucking money, not by recycling tea bags or by recycling fucking aluminum cans or plastic bottles or saving 75 cents in the fucking market. All right? That's where they made their fucking money. And those people, and I've seen a lot of those people like they're so, what they did was they made, and then they live poor. They live poor, 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 Grant Cardone talks about that. He fucking keeps, want to make enough to where you don't have to be like this. And the problem is, those people that are so wealthy, you know, I've seen what they price you out of the market. These old people that have living since the 60s in this garbage house finally sold it. They won't even tell you how much money. I asked them, I go, what'd you get, two? They won't even fucking tell you. But meanwhile, they're selling all their tchotchkes outside for $5, $10. What the fuck is wrong with you people? You could give all that shit away for nothing. You got your millions. And they're fucking old, on their way out, and they still don't give back. Unfucking believable, man. No kids, no nothing. You know why? Because all those people that I mentioned, the dude in Beverly Hills, the fucking my ex-girlfriend, those old people that just made their millions, they all suffer from the same sickness. They all suffer from the same sickness, just like the fucking teaching offer for 35,000 a year. They all suffer from the same sickness. They're all fucking greedy bastards. It's never going to be enough for them. Never. Yep. It's never going to be enough. Never going to be fucking enough. And there's this price to pay for that shit. There's a big price to pay for that. Having that sickness. Believe me, there is. It's not my job to enforce it. There's a post office in Beverly Hills. I go in there sometimes. One fucking person maybe working in there. Rarely two. Beverly Hills. It's fucking amazing. I would tell the people in line, I would say, you wouldn't be waiting in line if I worked here. But I'm sorry, the government can't afford to hire anybody. Government doesn't have the money. I'm telling you, the whole thing needs to be fucking restructured. The whole system. Everything. What it needs to do, it needs to shut all down, and they need to restructure everything. And it would be fucked up for a couple of years. But if it was restructured properly, it would function properly. What do you mean? Like, what do you give me an example? What I mean by fucking example is people that, young people that graduate from fucking high school, college, or whatever, have a fucking opportunity. There'd be a fucking guaranteed good paying fucking positions that lead somewhere in life. And if not, the schools wouldn't be able to exist. They'd have to shut down. There'd be guaranteed positions. If I wanted to work at the fucking post office for 20 years, and it would be good pay, good work, it would lead somewhere. But no, they ain't hiring. No. Not that I would do that shit anyway. But you see my point. It's like a fight for resources, a fight just for like a little something. It shouldn't be. This is what they ruined this country. They ruined it. It used to be. The opportunity, yeah, it's an opportunity for the handful of people that control everything, that own everything, that are rich as hell. Everybody else, what opportunity? $15 an hour? What opportunity is that? You go eat something, you go to a fucking, Subway sandwich is $9. So you're basically working just to eat. And that's garbage food. What opportunity? Opportunity where, I listen to Kevin Hart talk on the Joe Rogan thing. You talk about, you guys are rich as hell, these people. They do is they give all the people in the top 1%, they give them everything. And then the little, people we're treated like vermin. We're treated like barely, able to survive. And that's all your fault. It's the average person's fault for making those people like that. For contributing. Going to see their movies, you made them. Buying their albums. In my mind, those people should have nothing. It's like somebody playing guitar on the street. They should get a little Lady Gaga that wealth. You made these people. Young people made whatever, buying expensive Nike, making expensive shoes. That you made this happen. I didn't contribute to any of this. I don't watch television. And that's the problem. You contribute to all this. And that's why there's a handful of people that own everything, and that's why most people have nothing. I said the whole thing needs to be restructured, rewired. Invest in yourself, not other people. Stop making other people rich. Oh, will I survive? Figure it out when you quit your job. You'll figure it out. I'd rather have nothing than make somebody else rich. That's how I think. But you were brainwashed by your parents to say, get a job and be a schlep rock and be a drone and be nothing. Yeah, how's it working out for you? You're wasting the most valuable years of your life and have nothing to show for it. Job, just over bills. It's just amazing. Yep. Say rich are getting richer, poor getting what? No, what's happening is it's just a separation. You won't be able to have to build a fort. Yeah. That's all for now. I hope you got something off of this episode. I I know I always do.